Alright you guys, to start off my birthday look, which is a very simple kind of chocolate smoky eye look with a pop of gold, I'm going to start off by priming my lid area using my LA Girl Pro Primer in the shade Nude. Then I'm going to go in with my Flaming Love palette from Makeupaddiction, and I'm using this red tone eyeshadow. It's called, I believe it's Savannah Desert if I'm not mistaken, and apply that into my transition area and smoke it out. Okay. And I'm using a blending brush that's also from Makeupaddiction. Now using this kind of crease brush, this is a synthetic crease brush that I got from Coastal Scents. I'm going to go in with another shade called Flaming Kisses and apply that into my crease, and then go back in with my blending brush and blend out those two colors together. For my lid shade, I'm going to go in with this dark chocolate shade. It's called Brownie, and apply that all over the lid. I felt as though it had some very small hints of gold in it. I don't know if it was me, but I felt as though like I could see very tiny amounts of like a nice gold sheen in it, but maybe it's just me. I'm just going to apply that all over the lid and then blend it into my crease. And then for my tear duct area, I'm going to highlight it using the Goldilocks shade from the Flaming Love palette with this detailer pencil brush. Now for liner, I'm using my Maybelline Eye Studio gel liner, and it's been a while since I've used gel liner, so I thought I'll do something different and switch it up this time for you guys. Okay, so I'm just creating a very modest thin line. Well, I feel as though it's modest. Then I'm gonna go in and apply some concealer under my eye area and blend it out. I'm also gonna go ahead and prime underneath my lower lashes. I'm gonna go back in with Savannah Desert, that eyeshadow shade from the Flaming Love palette, with a smaller brush. Then I'm gonna go in with this straight brush, also from Makeupaddiction, and apply Brownie straight underneath my lower lashes and blend it in together to create a smoky under eye or under lash look. For liner, I'm using my LA Girl Glide Gel Liner in the shade Fairy Black, and I'm going to line my waterline and bring some of that in towards the tear duct area and kind of make it look like a cat eye effect a bit. Then for mascara, I'm using my Wet n Wild Max Volume Mascara. This is my favorite drugstore mascara, and I'm just going to apply some of that to the top and bottom. My lashes are called Veined from a company called the Miracle Lash, and I'm just going to pop those on. I use the Motives glue to apply my lashes, and that tool is called Scissor Tweezers, by the way. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my wing liner. I didn't like that it wasn't sharp enough, so I used some of my concealer and I cleaned it up. So that is how the eyes look. Now for the face, I'm going to use this True Color foundation primer from Black Opal. This is a new product that they had sent me a few weeks ago, and I use it in the shade medium, and it kind of gives my skin like a orangey tint, almost like a slight sun-kissed tint. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Once I blend it in, it kind of gives me more of a color to my face. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with this NYX Conceal, Sculpt, and Correct palette. I'm going to use the orange concealer corrector and apply it around my mouth area where I have hyperpigmentation. It will help cancel out, you know, the discoloration and hyperpigmentation around my mouth area. And then for foundation, I'm using my L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible Foundation in the shade Soft Sable. This is my favorite shade from the line, okay, to apply to my face directly without mixing or anything. So I'm just gonna go ahead, finish that up. It looks like a lot, but I promise it's not a lot, you guys. Okay, I'm just kind of rubbing it on instead of just squeezing it out and just putting like a whole bunch of product. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with this damp sponge. This is from Pure Cosmetics, from one of their contour kits, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend out my foundation. I absolutely love this sponge, guys. It's not too soft and not too hard. It's just perfect. I'm also going to speed up this footage just a bit because, you know, you guys don't want to sit there and watch me blend out foundation forever. Okay, but I don't know if you guys could tell, this foundation, it covers very nice. It has a very nice matte look to it, you know, and it's not overly drying. So now I'm just going to add foundation to the spots where I want just a bit more coverage, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend out those areas with my sponge. Now using my Pro HD Concealer in Fawn from LA Girl, I'm going to go ahead and highlight my under eye area. And this part is completely optional. And it's gonna be shaped in kind of like a small triangular shape, and then I'm gonna go in with my sponge and blend it out, the same sponge that I used to apply my foundation. I really love this concealer, you guys. I've been using this concealer for the longest. I think I started, not even I think, I did start my channel using the LA Girl Pro HD concealer, but back then I used to use Cool Tan. I didn't have any sense back then. Okay, but now Fawn is my #1 as far as the LA Girl HD concealers go. Okay, someone had told me to try Toffee, so I'll try it out and see what it's like. Okay, once I have that nice and blended out, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight the rest of my face, my cupid's bow, the bridge part of my nose, and my forehead, and any other parts where I want to bring light to my face, and just blend it out with my sponge. Alright, you guys, so as you guys can see, I'm highlighting my forehead area. And this is like, everything I do is optional. You guys, you can always tailor these looks to fit what you like, what your preference is, okay? You do not have to do everything that I do. Alright, but I enjoy the process of everything. I really do. It's very relaxing for me, okay? Now for contouring or bronzing, I'm going to be using my LA Girl Infallible Pro Matte Powder in the shade Cocoa. And I'm using this blush brush from Makeupaddiction to apply it. I believe this is the collaboration set brush Makeupaddiction did with Liana Baby, I think it is. Alright, and I'm just gonna use it to warm up my face and to add the shapes and shadows back into my face that the foundation took away, okay? So as you guys could see there, it's bringing the definition back into my face by adding that darker shade. You can blend it out. You know, I'm going for more of a soft contour, nothing too chiseled out. Maybe if the look was a little bit more on the glam side, I probably would have did a more defined contour, but I'm really liking the soft contour that, you know, shapes the face nicely and adds the color back into my complexion. Now using that same brush, I'm going to squeeze it to kind of thin it out, and I'm also going to use that to contour my nose, basically adding the shape back into my nose. So I don't know if you guys could tell the difference just now by seeing the two different sides, but yeah, this is just redefining my nose area and adding the shapes and shadows back into it. That's usually how I just clean off my nose ring, you guys. I don't do anything special about it. Okay, but you know, even though I'm using a larger brush, I still want, you know, the both sides to be even and not one to be bigger than the other. Okay, and for blush, I'm using this Lovejoy blush from Nars Cosmetics, and applying that to the cheek area. It's just a very subtle color. It's not too dramatic or anything like that. It's a very subtle color. For highlight, I'm using my Makeupaddiction highlight in the shade Orgasmic. I'm also using this highlighting brush also from Makeupaddiction to highlight my cheekbone area. It's a pretty highlight, you guys. It's super pretty. On my actual birthday, I used Topaz, but I wanted a very subtle highlight for that day. So yeah, I switched it out for Orgasmic and to refilm this because Orgasmic just gives me that wow glow in my opinion. Alright, as you guys can see, I highlighted my cupid's bow area, which is right above the lip and the bridge part of my nose and the tip of my nose. And then for lips, I'm using my ColourPop matte liquid lipstick in the shade Teeny Tiny that you guys chose on Instagram. So thank you for helping me choose the lipstick that I wore on my birthday. Okay, and thank you for all the birthday wishes that you guys left me. I really appreciate it at all. Alright, you guys, I'm just going to finish up my lip and do some finishing touches. I'm also going to add some powder under my eye area, which I didn't want to do, but I decided to add it anyways because I wanted more of a matte look under the eyes. Even though the concealer does dry to a very nice matte look, I want it to be a bit more matte than that. I'm also gonna go in and clean up around my mouth area to kind of make it look more kind of flawless. Doesn't need to be super perfect. And I'm also gonna use my sponge to blend out my nose contour just a bit, and then adjust my wig because it did slip slightly to the back even though I had it in a hairnet. Okay, and kind of bring it back to the front. It doesn't have any clips in it, so I'm just gonna go ahead fix that up. And I'm going to use a foundation that is almost the same color as my contour to kind of blend it in to my hairline. So here I'm just using the scissor tweezers to make my part. You can use a rat tail comb. I just used it because it was in front of me. But, you know, to be on the safe side, just use a comb and blend in your foundation, whatever color you like to choose. And that is it for this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I'm so happy to film this for you guys and show you my birthday makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see you soon. Love you guys. Bye. Across the universe, she lives another